Hi people, this is Maha here and I am at the Muslim Entrepreneurs Summit that's happening in Dubai for the very first time. This has been always happening in West, but this is the very first time it's coming to Dubai, and with me is Irfan Ajmal. He's
Hello,
an author,
everyone.
he's a speaker and motivational speaker as well. And I was just asking Irfan that, there are people who are not settled in their jobs, Irfan. They keep on hopping from one place to another. So do you have a tip or an advice for them, or for creative souls who are just not at rest and they just want to do something but they just can't find that one thing?
Right. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm not a motivational speaker. I do try to motivate people, but I don't consider myself a motivational speaker. I'm more into digital marketing and personal branding.
But just sorry to interrupt you. You can always check out my newsfeed. I was just recording his speaking thing live, and that was amazing. Trust me.
Thank you so much for recording that. So coming back to your question, like I said, I have actually, I've gone through that problem for a very long time, where I did not know who I am and what I want to do. So yeah, when I was young, I wanted to be a writer, because I was so much into reading, and I didn't quite like studies, although I was, secured first position until the 9th grade and all that. But I didn't like all of that, and I wanted to read about biographies of great people, and then I started to want to be a writer, and family pressures and all that. My books would get burned, and I had this pressure to get good marks and to become an engineer or a doctor or something. So it was a long process for me, and it led me to become a web designer, a corporate sales consultant in Sweden, an IT and business consultant in Copenhagen. And I have actually, like I was telling you, I've resigned from about four jobs.
Four jobs?
Four jobs in three countries.
Yeah, three countries.
Three countries, yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of proud of that, because now I'm an entrepreneur.
And so many people of us are not proud of it, just changing jobs from one place to another.
And I will tell you why I'm proud of that. I resigned from four jobs from Sweden, Denmark, Pakistan, and I was actually fired from another job as well. But the reason I'm proud of that is because I see all those experiences as a part of the journey of what I have become now. So for instance, when I had that corporate sales job in Sweden, where I made just one sale in 6 months, and then I just got bored and ashamed of not being able to do it, and I just resigned from it. I still learned something from it. I still learned something from it, and I learned a lot of things from it. For instance, I learned that because my job was to find the phone numbers of all these CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and then cold call them and start to sell them in a very aggressive fashion corporate hospitality packages.
Okay.
So when I was doing that, I realized that my initial thoughts which I had in my mind about rich people were very wrong. They were very nice people. I was interrupting them.
All right.
One of the person that I interrupted, who gave me tips for 1 hour, he was actually in a bathtub at that time. and he kept on, he told me, look, I can't give business to your company, but this is our competitor company XYZ, and this is another company.
Okay.
Go to them, pitch your products and services to them, and they will buy your services. And then I realized that he was in a bathtub. So I mean, I learned so much.
That's interesting, That's how you learn.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you learn. I mean, not necessarily in a bathtub, but the point is that it's all a part of your journey, and you should be proud of all these processes. Like you told me, do you want me to tell them about your problem? No. No. Okay, anyway, so for some people, they feel like they don't realize their true potential, and they're struggling with what they want to do and what they want to have. And I think there's at least one book, like The Element by Sir Ken Robinson, and he is talking about, I have not read that book, but he has done a YouTube video. Actually, he has a lot of videos on that, but he has a TEDx video on that topic, The Element. So he talks about stuff like you have your interests. So you might be interested in a lot of things. Like you might be interested in mushrooms, but you might not be good at growing mushrooms.
Okay.
And then you have your talent, what you are good at. So you have to find out what your talents are,
what your
if you are
strengths
interested in that as well. So and then you have to find out if the market, the audience has a demand for that as well.
Okay.
So for instance, in your case, you might be interested in writing, for instance, right? you might have a talent for that as well. You might have heard from other people, and you can see that there is a demand for it as well.
Okay.
And like in your case, maybe you can write about a particular niche instead of talking about, oh, I got 6 kittens and they're so nice. So I'm not saying you did that.
I actually have. I used to have 9 cats at a time.
And did you write about that?
No, I used to just post a lot of pictures about them.
That's okay. Although in my presentation I talk against that as well, but that's okay. But the thing is that you need to find your niche as a writer on what you want to focus on. So for instance, in your case, your wish to write about growing girls who have different problems, which you know better about.
Definitely.
So you can talk about that. And you can help them guide them through the process on how to do different things, whether it's studies, whether it's finding a job, whether it's settling in a
career building or whatever. The different things,
growing up
hurdles
in a diverse environment like yourself or something.
True.
So that's basically my message.
Thank you so very much, Irfan, for your time. And if you really want to get more things to, get more tips, you can always add Irfan, or you can always follow him. His
just find me on
Irfan
Facebook.
Ajmal. And what's your Twitter handle? Just tell them your Twitter
I'm not
handle.
very active on Twitter, but it's at Sayyid Irfan Ajmal.
Okay.
So just sayyidирfanajmal.com, my website, or just go to Facebook and search for Sayyid Irfan Ajmal.
Thank you so much, Irfan.
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank you,
much.
Maha.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.